Hi neighbors, welcome back to another video of Cooking with Neighbors. It is I, Jerri-ellen, and I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to go make some garlic knots right now and take you along. And I hope that you like and share and subscribe. Okay, let's get started. Okay neighbors, so let's get this thing started. I have a cup of warm water, 110 degrees Fahrenheit warm. I'm adding to that 2.25 teaspoons of active dry yeast. And I'm going to add a little bit of sugar to that just to help it along, just a teaspoon worth. And I'm going to give it a little mixy mix. And I'm going to set that aside for like 5 to 10 minutes until it looks all nice and creamy and a little foamy. And in my stand mixer here, I have 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. If you're in the UK, that's strong flour. And I added like about a teaspoon of salt, not even actually. And I gave it a little stir just to mix the salt through with it. And because I already know my yeast is good because I just made some dough, I'm adding it to my dry ingredients. Normally I just would wait to make sure, but I just made some, so I know it's okay. So I'm bringing it together with the hook here, and once it starts to come together, it is when I like to add some olive oil. Okay, now it's been a minute or two. It's coming together okay, so I am drizzling my olive oil in slowly. And sometimes if you wait a little bit before you add your olive oil, it'll look like a pool of whatever in there. Just let it keep kneading and it'll work its way in. And don't turn your stand mixer up too high. They're not made to really work at a high speed when kneading dough. So the most I put mine up to when I'm kneading my dough is 2, because you'll ruin the motor in them and you won't be happy, and then it won't be covered by warranty neither. So anyway, I'm letting this knead for a couple of minutes. And then after a couple of minutes, I like to stop the stand mixer, take it off the hook, and work it a wee little bit. And that's what I'm doing now. Just kind of put it back in the bowl and just push on it a bit, bring it together. And then I'll put the hook back down in it and let it continue kneading again. And I might do that 2 times during the process. And I like for it to knead for at least 7 minutes in a stand mixer. And if I'm doing it by hand, I'll do it for like 10 minutes. And because it's just me, I always like to put another dab of olive oil in. Don't ask me why, because I'm addicted to the stuff. And the amount I put in was fine. But if you put in a little bit more, that's fine too. If you want to knead it on your countertop, sanitize your countertop, make sure it's good and clean, put your dough on it, but instead of putting flour on your countertop to knead it into your dough, because you don't want to have too much flour in your dough, put olive oil on your counter and knead the olive oil in it, because olive oil in with this pizza dough, in with focaccia, in with pizza dough and stuff, in with the garlic knots and whatever, it is really, really good. So anywho, and I hope everybody is doing fantastic. Sometimes I do voiceovers mixed with non-voiceovers in the videos, just because sometimes there's a bit of action going on and I got the TV going, or, you know, family is doing some stuff, and sometimes they don't want all their conversations on YouTube or their TV and stuff like that. I do appreciate you all being here. I'm just playing with this. This is a lovely dough. It feels so nice. I'm pulling it and folding it and turning it, pulling it, folding it, turn it, pull it, fold it, just kind of showing you, because you could work it a little bit like that, get the gluten going all really good in it. Kneading it's more. So there I go. Yeah, at least with the KitchenAids, that's the rule of thumb, like about the kneading, not on a high speed. Anyway, and you'll notice the bowl is all good and clean now. So it's ready to rock and roll there. I just let it keep going for a few more minutes. So anyway, this is the same day that I made the French toast from Cracker Barrel. Anyway, I had some things planned that I was going to make along with this video. I think I even mentioned it earlier with the with the treat from down in Nova Scotia. But Casey is not feeling the best. He's not doing very good today. So we're changing our eating menu around because he doesn't want to miss out on some of the goodies that we have planned for this weekend to video and to share. So, yeah. 1 second. What am I doing? I'm putting olive oil on it and just working a bit of it in and putting olive oil on the top and the bottom and in my bowl because this is all ready to rise. I'm going to put this aside. What I like to put on top is a nice damp cloth, a clean one. Get yourself a nice damp cloth, kitchen tea towel or whatever. And cover that up and put that aside for like an hour at least. All right, neighbors. I let my dough rise for the last hour now. You want it to be at least doubled in size. You want it to be at least doubled in size. Oh, so I gently took it out with my 2 hands. So I floured my surface here. Now when I'm doing my pizza, I don't use a rolling pin. When I do these, I don't mind using a rolling pin or flouring it up and stuff like that for the rolling pin. But I still like to gently. I like my garlic knots kind of big. This dough is so nice. If you want to make pizza, make this dough. It's really nice. Wait till you all see what Graham bought me. I'm going to show it to you in another video. I was floored, so surprised, and I can't wait to start using it. It's like, like I say, I was just floored. I'm going to show it to you sometime. It's still in a box. I'm going to get a pizza cutter. So just tie a knot. This guy is kind of small, but he's going to get bigger. When you make them the first time, you'll say, okay, next time I'm going to make them this size or that size, you know. You make them thin if you want, thick. And the mixture that I use, I'll show you, I'll be sharing with you. This pizza dough does a nice size half sheet pan for a nice pizza. I got a parchment paper lined half sheet pan behind me. These are great with the marinara to dip in. So it's such a relaxing day today. Every day is actually nothing too crazy going on. Sometimes I'm a bit more persnickety with the sizes than other days. It's I think I'll combine these 2 skinny guys. Some of them are gonna be like a big bun. That guy looks weird. Yeah, look how weird. That's okay. So there we have some knots. Take my damp cloth again. Cover them over. And let them just rest there. I'm gonna set my timer. I'll check them in 25 minutes, see how puffy they got. All right, neighbors. 30 minutes. And they're puffy. Some of them might attach while they're baking, but I'll just pull them apart. And that's all right. I'm gonna throw them on in. Okay, they're almost ready to come out. So I am getting ready for them. I'm gonna get my mixture ready, then I'm gonna toss them in this large bowl. So 1/3 or a cup or so of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of butter and melt it together, okay? Two tablespoons of dried parsley flakes. I was measuring my butter with this. A tablespoon of garlic powder. You can use minced garlic and stuff like that. My guys rather the garlic powder in it. So a good tablespoon. And you can adjust this to your liking after you make it, right? And I'm going to put a good amount of this in. At least a 1/4 of a cup of grated parm. Mix that up. Crush up your garlic powder and your parm. Check my I'm gonna give it 1 more minute. You'll see that they're a little brown on the bottom. I'll show them when they come out. I want them to be a very light tan color, so I put them back in. So all together, with this time added, you're looking at about 20 minutes for the size of the garlic knots that I made. You want them a little browner, you go ahead. I'm gonna leave them in there till they're a little brown. Because I want them to be perfect, right? You know, perfect, even a little darker brown too. They're perfect, whatever way you do them for your family. Just don't burn them. Don't undercook them. Don't undercook them or overcook them. There, it's got a little light brown to them. A little darker brown on the bottom and lighter brown on the top. And I'm going to toss them on in. They're very hot. Very hot. Hot. Oopsie daisy. So you just coat them all really, really well. Look at that. And I'll do the and then I like to sprinkle a little bit more. Because some of the stuff gets stuck to the bowl in the bottom and stuff, so just a little bit more. There you have those. You want to do a tasty pool? Of course you do. At least I do anyway. Let me take this one. Marinara sauce in this. Bada boom, bada bing. You got yourself a thing. Stick around. Doing some more stuff. So the more stuff is on pause because I want to do like the treat from Nova Scotia that I wanted to share and stuff with you. I want to do that with this video, but I also want Casey to enjoy it, and I don't want him to miss out on some goodies. And my traditional supper that I was planning on making tomorrow to put up, I'm going to wait for a couple of days, see how he's feeling, because he wants to enjoy that too. And we want him to enjoy that with the family. So we'll just have some other stuff while we're waiting for Casey to start feeling better. So anyway, I appreciate you all being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and come back again. I really appreciate it all. Bye, everyone.